In this exercise, imagine that you are a GIS technician working for a city planning department. You often get asked for the location of fire halls in Google Earth KML format, and you want your users to be able to help themselves to this data using FME Server. First, open up FME Workbench. I've got it pinned here to my Start menu, so I will open it from there. In the Getting Started section, click on Generate Workspace. In the Generate Workspace dialog, enter GML for the reader format, and then for the dataset, browse to See FME Data 2015, Data, Emergency, and select firehalls.gml. Click Open. For the writer format, enter KML and pick Google KML for the writer format. For the dataset, let's browse to see FME Data 2015, Output, Tutorial, and then we will enter firehalls.kml for the file name. Click Save. Hit OK in the Generate Workspace dialog. Workbench now generates the workspace. Now let's add a transformer to style our output data. Click on the connection between the reader and writer objects on the Workbench canvas. We call these objects feature types. Start typing the word KML styler. This is the name of the transformer we wish to use. As you type, the list of matching transformers becomes shorter until this one is visible. Click on KML styler to accept it. All transformers have a set of parameters that can be set. To check and set the parameter for this transformer, click on the cog icon. The firehall features are all point geometries, meaning you should expand the icon section of the parameter dialog. Use the Browse button to select 03 for the name parameter. Now let's set the color to bright red. Click OK, and then OK again to accept the parameters and close the dialog. Let's further improve the output by adding the name of the firehall to the Google Earth display. We can do this with a transformer called the KML Property Setter. Click on the connection after the KML styler and start typing in KML Property Setter. Select it and then go into the parameters of the KML Property Setter. This time, just click the drop down next to the name parameter, select Attribute Value, and select the name attribute. Click OK to close the dialog box. We'll save this workspace by clicking on the Save button in the taskbar. Let's save this FMW file to see FME Data 2015, Workspaces, Server Tutorial, and we'll give it a name, Exercise 3A. Now, if you're following along on the FME Cloud, it's a good idea to put your name in the name of the workspace, just to avoid clashing with other users. Click the Save button. Now we'll run the workspace by clicking on the green Run button in the taskbar. Once the translation is completed, let's open up Windows Explorer and navigate to our output folder. Double-click on the firehalls.kml file just written and check out the output in Google Earth. Next, we'll publish the workspace to FME Server. From the File menu, click on Publish to FME Server. Enter the FME Server URL, server-tutorial 2015 safe-software.fmecloud.com/FME server. The username is tutorial and the password truth and beauty. Click Next. Make sure the repository is the tutorial repository. This time, because the data is local and not on a database on the server itself, we will have to upload the files for the workspace to run. Notice by default, Upload Data Files is checked, and if you click on Select Files, our source GML and its related XSD are checked. Click Next. Register the service against the data download service. Click Publish, and the workspace and source dataset are both published to the FME server. We'll now run the workspace on FME server. Open a web browser. Click on the bookmark for the FME server web interface. Click on Run Workspace. Navigate to the tutorial repository. There you will see the workspace just uploaded. Click on that workspace, then on Data Download. We'll stick with the default parameters for now. Just click Run Workspace. The job has been sent to the FME server. We have a successful translation, and we also have a data download URL. Click on that URL, and automatically gets downloaded to your computer. We'll open up the zip file. Inside the unzipped folder, we see firehalls.kml. Double-click to open the KML file in Google Earth. We see the same data that we saw when we ran the workspace earlier. Now, your colleagues will be able to log onto the FME server and download data as KML whenever they require by using the data download service.